Hello everybody, we're out here at Tollgate. I'm about to add a new a new deep on top of this deep, which is sitting right down here. I want to check out to see how the bees are doing, if they're drawing it out pretty far. I see extremely well that they're working hard over here and not so much on this side. It may have to do with the sunlight, heat. They tend to work toward the heated areas. See, they haven't really done anything on this frame. I'm going to hang it over here because I need some extra room in here when I'm working on the sliding things over to examine the other frames. This frame, they're starting to draw it out, which is a good sign. It means that if I look at this, we're up to 9 frames they're starting to work on. That's wonderful. That's exactly what I need. Now I'm going to move these frames back a little bit, give myself some room. I want to check to see if they're building and if I have brood. See, they're drying this wax out. I'll come toward you and show you. You might be able to see it drawn out right here. There's the original cell work right here. It hasn't been drawn out, but they're drawing it out up here, which is great. This is near the edges, so that's what I want to see. Okay. What I'm actually looking for, ooh, this one's heavy. This one's heavy. Oh, look, they're already putting honey in here. They're capping honey. Can you walk this way? Can you walk this way, please, or zoom in? You might be. I'm afraid to take this. I don't really want to take the frame away from the hive in case the queen's on here. Can you see those white areas? Right here. Let me brush these away. You see where it's white up top? That's honey up here. And that's what we like to see. I can feel the honey. The frame feels much heavier than like the outside frames. Now, let me move over some more. Again, this one feels heavy. Oh, this one's got brood in it. I see the brood cells are capped. The brood cells are right near the front. Let me check this side, see if it's the same way. Oh yes, look at that. Can you see in here? These are all brood cells being covered up. You see that yellow? That bright yellow with just a few holes? That's where the babies are in there covered up. And then there's pollen around the edges. So they're fully involved with this frame on both sides. I have sealed brood on this side also. I have to be careful. I don't know if the queen is right here. I don't really see her, but just to be on the safe side, I don't want to lift her away from the hive in case she drops off. So, and I don't see any kind of signs of swarm cells, which is basically the queen laying, or the brood turning a worker bee into a queen bee for possible. Yes, everything's looking really nice. This one's fully involved also. The cells are capped over. Very nice looking, very nice looking. And it's remarkable the difference in the weight. They're much heavier. I'm glad so far I have not seen any sign of queen cells for a possible swarm. Actually, they call them swarm cells. I don't see any weird cappings. Yes, this is looking really, really nice. Everything is going quite well. I've already taken my other deep over there, and I've sprayed the honey. I sprayed the combs with sugar water to get their attention. So if they come over and start drawing on that, they're drawing out the wax here. I see plenty of nectar inside. If you might want to try. I don't want to drop these babies. You might want to try zooming in. See if that's possible. Right over here in this area. I'll blow the bees away. And if you look in there, you'll see like nectar. This is a dark color. I'm sorry, not nectar, pollen. I meant pollen. But everything seems to be going well. I see some bees carrying pollen. They must have just come in recently. Okay, I'm going to put this back. I want to see what's going on with that very last frame. I also want to get this off. This is a beetle trap. I'm going to put some fresh oil in it. Right now I don't see any beetles in there, which is a good sign. Means we're not getting any beetles inside here. Now I want to pull this last frame out. Make sure the queen's not here. Okay, see how this is the very last frame. There isn't much going on the outside, but it's right near the edge. Yet look here, they're drying out the wax, and I see they're putting pollen in, and the queen could be in this area. I really don't see her. I don't have a trained eye yet to see the queen, but I'm hoping to eventually be able to see her easily. Probably would have been better if she was marked. So everything's going well. I'm really happy about what I see. I don't see any queen cells for swarming. That's good. I'm going to put these back together. Try not to squish any girls. Okay. Good. Good. Everything's going together really nice. I'm not hurting anybody. That's the best way to go. You don't want to squish them. I don't think they're any starting to hatch yet. They might be getting close, but because there's some brood cell that are covered in there. It takes a little while. So what I have to do right now is I have to open this up, and I want to put a little more oil in it. This is how I carry the oil. It works. The small hive beetles get in here and they can't get out because they fall into the oil and they get trapped and drowned. That's exactly what I want. Okay, there we go. Looks good. Put this down here. Snap the lid back on. Set this on. frame. And then bring everything back over this way, because I have to put those other 2 frames back on. But everything seems to be going really well. I'm pleased. Set these 2 back on where they were before, because we have this one again that's starting to be drawn out with wax. They're starting to pull the wax on it. Put that where it belongs, and put this where it belongs. Now for the next thing, I'm going to give them basically a second floor to their house. That is right here. I've already sprayed it with sugar water. I'm going to set this right on top. Make sure it's lined up really nice. And they'll start coming up. There's that yellow jacket. She was there. I had a hornet nest forming in there, and I just killed her. Little bugger. Don't need that in there, do we? Okay. This goes on top. I want to make sure they have plenty of room to expand. That's why I'm doing this, so they don't swarm on me. Don't want to swarm. And also, put the jars on first. I filled the jars back up. They were down to about here, so I filled them back up, which is great. I'm going to turn it over here. And good. With a full jar, they don't come out as much, the stuff. It doesn't leak out. They'll have to work their way up to the top looking for more sugar water. They'll find it. We've got a lot of activity going on in the bottom, but they'll come up here and find this stuff. This is perfect. Okay. Okay. Put this frame back on. If you look around, take the camera and just kind of look around a little bit, you'll see where other people have already put their second box on top. That's right here. There was their first, they used a honey super, a medium, and then they've doubled it up to a second medium. Over here is a deep. This is an 8 frame. It's a little narrower, but the main frame was down here, and then they put a second one on top, and their feeder is up here. And if you look out there at all the different hives, you can see there's a lot of us in this class. Anyways, I have to pull out my bottom board inside this because I want to check for mites, beetles, see if I have any beetles. When I made these the bottom boards with the screen bottom board, I wanted to make sure why is that like that? Let me see if I can get this off here. I just noticed that it wasn't lined up down here. I don't know if the wind did that or what. I gotta get my tool. This is definitely not cool right here. It looks like something shifted. Wow, it's really propylized. There we go. was off center. I can't have that. That did not look right. Maybe the wind did it. Hello, girls. There. We're lined up again. Now, I gotta put this back on top. This is really heavy. Hold on, we're getting there. A little farther forward. Yep. So, we've done our inspection for the day. Everything's looking really well. I'm pleased with what I see. The girls didn't seem to mind me messing around here. Hopefully they didn't mind. Now the last thing I need to look at is my screen board on the bottom. I'm going to clean this. There's a lot of mold starting to form, and that's because of they're dropping all the pollen and everything on the bottom. The good thing is I don't see any signs of small hive beetle. I don't see any signs of mites, which is good. But I do want to clean this. So I'm going to clean this. You'll have a nice day. I'm going to put it back in, put a new coating of oil on top, and leave them to do their thing. So you have a wonderful day today, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.